Olá, boa noite. O Exou Biribó, hoje com o vídeo 3 de Runaway 3, uma reviravolta do destino. Improvisando na fuga do sanatório, o Brian acabou encontrando o corpo do Kurgan decapitado em algum ventilador nos dutos. Enquanto isso, o Gabo levou a Dina até a cabana de Chapman, em que está o Dr. Bennett. O médico, Dr. Bennett, explica que o Brian interpretou mal o que ouviu num telefonema seu para outra pessoa. Na verdade, o Bennett dizia nesse telefonema que o Brian era inocente e que não podia seguir internado. Chapman, explicando, era o segundo na ordem do dia no batalhão do Kordsmeier e foi encontrado em sua cabana num suspeitíssimo suicídio, bem pouco investigado. Chapman é que tinha o informe mais incriminador de Brian como assassino do coronel. O Bennett tinha mandado o Gabo contatar a Dina porque pensava que ela saberia a localização do Brian. Agora, que sabe que não, pede que ela ajude a achar pistas de que o suicídio do Chapman foi fake e encontrar o laptop de Chapman. Ontem eu procurei as chaves que caíram embaixo do... Eu vi isso na edição. A chave caiu embaixo do balcão. Eu procurei aqui, nesse balcão daqui. Opa, tem outra coisa aqui para pegar. E não nesse daqui da cozinha que foi para onde correu a chave. Então vou ter que olhar lá para... Mas primeiro vou ver o que tinha aqui também.
You can see Chapman was a natural-born athlete. Whoever killed him must have been very careful about it. Photo's not bad, but not good enough to keep. Boxing, ugh. I don't know much about boxing, but from the design, they seem pretty old.
As luvas ela quis. É nesse balcão aqui que a gente tem que ver.
Huh? Looks like a cushioned envelope. I'm sure the keys Bennett tossed me fell under here. I hope there aren't any rats.
Agora eu vou usar aquela espátula que eu tentei no outro armário. Claro que não estava lá, não deu ação.
Good idea, Gina.
Era a minha ideia, Dina.
It was in the dry riverbed under the bridge.
Será que essa coisa aqui corta o cadeado? Não, né? Muito fraquinho. Achar algum arame, alguma coisa.
I'm almost certain they're the ones Chapman used during his days in the ring. How weird, it doesn't have a stamp.
Envelope vazio.
Chapman must have been very proud of his catches. They're hanging from hooks and fishing lines tied to a short, thin rope. I couldn't cut through the fishing line with my bare hands, and they're too tough to gnaw through.
Então é esse arame aqui que ela tem que cortar.
I don't see what good the fish bones would do me, but... This will definitely end up coming in handy.
Ah, já sei como vai pegar as chaves no buraco agora.
It's attached to a bit of fishing line.
Agora ficou fácil. E eu que tive a ideia, ela vai dizer, boa ideia, Dina. Exibida, vai ficar se achando. Mas tudo bem, ela pode.
That sounds good. That was a cinch. I knew all along I could nab him. These are Chapman's keys. They open all the doors and padlocks in the cabin.
Os cadeados também, então. De novo para fora.
Yes. Now it'll be a piece of cake. Shoot, it's pitch black down there.
Vamos lá naquele cobertiço do carro ali, então. Anexo.
Yep. I bet one of the keys opens the padlock. Yuck! This is a pigsty. Oh, of course. I forgot. Bennett told me the FBI agents in the military did a full search in here. All the better. Saves me more time. I think that's where the fishermen put their victims out of their misery. Oh, it smells putrid. No thanks. Looks thick. Another clue that Chapman did not kill himself. With such a nice rope to hang himself, why would Chapman commit suicide with a gun and stain those hardwood floors? Of course, men do have a thing for... Hey, wait. Why isn't there any blood on the floor of the cabin? This is getting more and more complicated.
No CSI eles sempre comentavam isso. Que os crimes que espalham sangue, que fazem sujeira, não são típicos de mulheres. Homens é que não ligam de estourar a cabeça, de espalhar sangue por tudo. Que a mulher, mesmo quando corta os pulsos, faz na banheira, como se ela que fosse ter que limpar depois. Uma coisa cultural. Eles sempre comentavam isso quando diziam, não, isso não é um sinal típico de suicídio feminino. E ela agora falou uma coisa assim, mas também falou que não tem mancha de sangue no suicídio do Chapman.
It looks like the one the bad guy wore in that movie, what was it called again? I saw it last summer, but I can't remember the name. Okay, when it rains. If it rains. And on top of everything, I can't remember the title of that spooky movie. What big eyes you have. They have a dual visor, the normal part to cover your eyes, and the other, which, if I'm not mistaken, magnifies whatever you're looking at. Your normal, everyday wetsuit for diving. That's a men's model.
Sim, mas o que tem? Preconceituosa?
Just one? Nobody mentioned Chapman was missing a leg.
Só uma bota de pescaria? O que ela estranhou tanto?
No, one of the boots is missing, so I would walk a little lopsided. Did Chapman do his own laundry? I've got nothing to wash. Now I understand why there's no clothesline in the yard. No, I don't have anything wet right now. Not even my hair, since I didn't wash it during my shower. That's why I'm wearing this cap. Whoever searched this joint really got into it. They left everything so organized. There's nothing that really draws my attention. Maybe the Capote puppy, but now is no time for playing with dolls.
Cachorrinho Capote, pega aí pra fazer xixi. para ele fazer xixi.
There's a mixture of garden tools, painting accessories, fishing tackle. After a quick glance, my conclusion is that there is nothing I really need or want. Looks like the county sheriff and Chapman got along really well. No, that fish looks slimy and gross.
Mais nada. O que ela pegou aqui? Corda.
It's at least 5 or 6 yards long.
E esse óculos esquisito.
They have a dual visor, the normal part to cover your eyes, and the other, which, if I'm not mistaken, magnifies whatever you're looking at.
Ah, óculos lupa, com lupa sobreposta. Mas é óculos de mergulho, né? Não é?
Takes up more space than mine. I have no intention of going anywhere for the time being.
Ela estranhou que não tem sangue, mas ela não olha o corpo aqui. E eu vou olhar o que com isso aqui?
Not so sure about that. Everything is in plain view. I don't think it has anything on it but dust. Wait, those are spider hairs. So long on the ground, I guess it's normal. But what a freaking huge spider, huh?
Pelo de aranha no envelope vazio. Mas também estava embaixo do móvel ali.
It has something written on it. Hurricane. Could that be Chapman's boxing name?
Duas coisas ela olhou com isso aqui. Doutor, eu encontrei envelope com pelos aqui.
What is it, Gina?
Envelope endereçado a Chapman.
You'll never guess what I found in an envelope addressed to Chapman.
Surprise me. Does it contain some interesting document, perchance?
No document.
What a shame.
But it has some tiny little hairs inside. Like a spider's. I grew up in the country, you know, and sometimes those...
Spider hairs. I should have known.
What?
I have to talk to the sheriff. Thanks to the envelope, he'll give me the information we need to prove Chapman didn't commit suicide. You keep searching around. We've almost got it.
Okay.
Esquisito esse doutor.
Looks like it's my job to find the supposed message that Chapman left for the judge. Get to work, Gina.
Será que é verdade que ele quer ajudar mesmo?
Now that Bennett's gone, I can check to see if he forgot to search anywhere. Shrinks can be so absent-minded, you know. It's not that I don't trust him.
Why can't I get you to trust me?
'Cause you're a shrink.
And what's that have to do with
When my friend Chapman died, I'm the one who found his body. I'm the one who informed the army and the feds. I told them Chapman would never have committed suicide. But did they listen to me? No. They took me off the case. They'd take care of it, but did they investigate? No. They treated Chapman like garbage. Just like the filth you sweep under the carpet. Shame on you.
I swear I have nothing at all to do with any of that.
And 2 days ago, the FBI calls me and says a guy will be coming to investigate Chapman's death. Do they reopen the case? No. We've got to keep it under wraps for now. I get all excited. I tell myself now they're finally going to investigate it right. I convince myself my friend's reputation will be cleared. But what do? Nothing! They send me a psychiatrist. A lousy shrink.
Sheriff, you don't understand.
No, you don't understand. You came here to tell me my friend killed himself because he was depressed or crazy or some other kind of junk. And you want me to cooperate? No.
Nothing here either. If Bennett left anything unsearched, I guess I'd have too, 'cause I didn't find anything new or interesting. Who knows? Maybe it would be a good idea to poke around a little more, though. Hey, I wonder how things are going for Bennett with the sheriff. I wish I had some way to see what they're doing, or even help him out if need be.
Agora tem uma estrela aqui. A gente pode ir para a sala do xerife, jogar com o Bennett, ou ficar aqui e jogar com a Dina. Mas vai ter a hora de fazer cada uma dessas coisas, né? Eu lembro disso. Às vezes você joga com dois quase simultaneamente.
It's full of clothes and sheets. No, I just changed a short while ago. I don't remember the existence of any tribe of the obese owls. I can't see what good that would do me. The bridge, the path, I can almost see to the highway, and it's at least 1.5 miles away. It's of Indian origin, a special design traditionally used for selling to tourists on the reservation. Seems to be in great shape.
Tem as flechas ali do outro lado, então...
It's a quiver for holding arrows.
Se pegou o arco, tem que pegar a flecha.
Hope I don't prick myself.
Não anda sem o outro.
If I remember well from when I looked before, first drawer, socks, second, underwear, third, undershirts, fourth, handkerchiefs and bills. No, I've got some on, and the weather's so nice that I don't need a second pair. The Chapman's wedding, how cute. I'm not a major fan of weddings, not even in pictures. It has something hanging on it. Okay, it's a, what do you call it? According to old Granny Timmons, lots of people used to wear these. A locket. They're empty. I don't believe I'll be needing those. The woods, the well, a swing. What a pleasant landscape to see every morning when you wake up. Okay. So I have an amazing apartment in Manhattan, and Brian loves it, but sometimes I'd love to move back out to the country. Several things. It's not hot enough out to open it. I have no intention of walking around on the roof. I'm not seduced by the idea of jumping outside from here. The glass is clean, and I can see out perfectly. And last of all, flies don't enter through a closed window. Hey, if after all this is over, and I say I'll open it, that'd be funny. Not that I know a lot about these things, but its peculiar shape demonstrates that the football was invented before the wheel. I don't like football. A bed. It's been so long since I've rested in one. Don't I wish?
Are you still here?
I'm not leaving until you help me.
They turn the heat off at night. Better have some coffee. You'll get cold. But let me make it clear that nothing you say or do will get me to help you.
Eu só fui ver se já dava ação, dava, mas acho que ainda não era a hora. Não sei o que conversar com ele.
I'm trying to quit drinking coffee.
Why are you telling me this? Don't tell me you want to sue the coffee companies, too. Or maybe you're just trying to play the martyr and butter me up so I'll help you. That's it. Well, no.
Do you also believe Chapman didn't commit suicide?
Also? No, I alone do believe Chapman did not kill himself. I'm not from the FBI, and I don't need to pull the wool over any sheriff's eyes.
The FBI didn't send me here. I came on my own.
Sure. Oh, by the way, how much did the FBI pay you to come on your own? Forget it.
I don't belong to the FBI, but I have a friend who does, and he is secretly helping me.
A friend? You are talking to me about friendship? I was Chapman's friend, and I won't help anyone tarnish his good name anymore.
I found an envelope at Chapman's house, and it contained some tiny spider hairs.
Uh-huh. So?
I know you have information regarding spiders in the Chapman case.
Me? No. And you'd need one accurate lie detector to hear otherwise.
I'm offering you the envelope as a sign of goodwill.
Let me guess. You need my fingerprints on it to frame me and take me out of the picture, right? Excuse me, but I can't accept that.
We'll talk about the envelope later.
No fim, eu vou ter que enganar que eu sou amigo íntimo do Chapman também?
Were you really such great friends with Chapman?
He left me his fishing rods in his will, and now they're my most prized possession. Need I say anything more?
Vou dizer.
I was also a friend of Chapman's. A close friend.
So you say. You want me to believe you? Well, then why don't you prove it? His wife Annetta had a very special nickname for him. What was it?
Strawberry shortcake.
You just made that up.
Claro que eu não sei. Depois eu vou te provar.
Let's forget about the whole nickname thing for a while.
Então é isso que a Dina tem que
Talking with
investigar.
you is exhausting, and I doubt I'm going to get anywhere for now. I hope Jean's doing better than I am.
É, volta automaticamente para ela. Ela que tem que descobrir, sim.
Bennett was right. I bet there was a laptop on this desk. The question is, where is it now? Using the electrical socket? It's already plugged in. Maybe the right thing to do would be to connect it to something on the desk. That's the same model of wireless router we have at home. Not necessarily. It's already plugged into the electric and telephone sockets. I think Bennett mentioned that the line was cut off the day Chapman died, but someone came to fix it a few days later.
Vai usar o telefone do
I
morto.
wonder if it works now. I could call.
O último número que ligou para cá, né? Que pode dar pista. O último número que ele ligou para fora.
Let's see.
Judge Whitley's office. Randall Lane speaking. Can I help you?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. Chapman wanted to talk to the judge. Oops, I hung up on him.
O último que ele ligou foi para o gabinete da juíza. E o último que ligou para cá.
I think Bennett told me Chapman received a call a few hours before his death, and the line cut off during the call.
Who are you? And why is you calling from Sad Belly's phone number?
Huh?
Dagnabbit. What was Sad Belly's real name again? Cappy? Chapo? Chapman. That's it. You a cop?
No, I'm his niece.
Niece? The dumb one?
The smart one.
Well, well, well. The dumb one sure gas station at mile marker 3. What can I do for you, miss?
You're an antiquated old chauvinist pervert.
And you're a horny little honeysuckle, right? Oh no, I forgot you're the smart one.
Just because I'm smart doesn't mean I'm ugly.
All the same to me, sweetie pie. My cataracts are the size of a summer squash, so any warm-blooded female turned me on.
Did you call Chapman, my Uncle Jerome, the evening of his death?
Sure did. Some guys came into the station. I filled up their tanks, and they asked about your Uncle Jerome's cabin, so I showed them the way.
Who were those guys that asked about Chapman's cabin?
They said they were family members, but I'm getting so done with old age I forgot to charge them. So I called Sad Belly, your uncle, to ask him to ask them for the cash.
Did Chapman know he'd be getting a visit from these family members?
He must have not have been expecting them, 'cause he sounded pretty darn surprised when I mentioned it. Then the call cut off.
Did you tell anyone else about Chapman's visiting family members and the phone call?
Well, no. If I did, I'd have cops crawling all over the place asking me questions. And I already paid my debt to society. Plus, there's nothing wrong with people visiting each other or a call being cut off, is there, hot cakes?
Thanks for your help, Barry.
Thank you, sweetie pie. Hey, are they nice and round at...
O Bennett eu ainda não tenho informação do apelido. Gabo.
Hey, Gina!
Hey, Gabbo, what are you doing?
Crossword puzzles!
Sounds like he's in a bind.
As coisas que ela pegou tem já.
It may also be a single-stringed war harp. Sometimes it's hard to tell which is which. Sharp tip. For my lovey bear from your little squirrel. No comment.
Teddy bear.
I could call.
Brian.
I wish I knew how to get a hold of him, but Brian lost his cell phone months ago when he was arrested. When he called me the other day to tell me about identifying a body similar to his, he called from Gabbo's phone.
É, e quem estava ligando do telefone do Brian era o Gabo.
Yeah, I'll call him on his cell phone.
Hello, Gina.
How's everything going, Doctor?
Oh, wonderfully. Couldn't be better.
I understand. You're up a creek, but you can't talk.
The only problem is I can't remember our friend Chapman's nickname. The one his wife used to call him. You know. Oh, you know that head of mine.
É, o outro tá escutando e nem vai desconfiar de nada.
How's the sheriff doing?
Oh, he's a great guy. Very pleasant and friendly.
Okay, so if he were any unfriendlier, he'd be an attack dog, or worse, a bone?
You said it.
Have you managed to get any information out of him?
Not yet, but I feel optimistic. The sheriff is helping me a whole lot.
I get it. The jerk won't give you a shred of evidence.
Yes, exactly. Very generous of him.
Maybe I could convince him. After all, I have worn a sheriff's uniform before.
intuition tells me your work doesn't exactly consist of wearing that uniform. Don't you fret, I'll get him to cooperate.
I think I can give you some other potential nicknames for Chapman.
I'm all ears.
Lovey Bear.
Thanks, Gina.
Good luck with the sheriff. I'll call you in a bit.
Till then.
Are you still here?
I'm not leaving until you help me. I think I remember the nickname Annetta Chapman called her husband now.
I'm listening.
Lovey Bear.
And how do you know that, huh?
I just do. Now it's your turn to answer a question. Chapman, a spider. What's the connection?
Look at this. Chapman's arm. I took it when I found his body. I showed it to an entomologist in town, and it looked strange to him. He couldn't tell what kind of spider caused the bite.
Well, now he can. We have to take him the envelope. Another thing, the sheriff just told me Chapman had a hiding place inside the bathtub where the jacuzzi motor is.
So are the bad guys here yet?
Hey, Gabbo.
They here?
No, what are you talking about? Sorry about that, Bennett.
You don't see a lot of movies, do you?
A secret hiding place under the bathtub? Don't worry, I'll find the mechanism that opens it.
Yes, maybe that's where the clue we're looking for is hidden. That could be it.
Sorry, I gotta go. So the only thing in there was that box?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Hey, I'm going under the bridge to prepare the welcoming party.
When will you finish explaining how Brian escaped from Happydale?
After the cata-boom, bam, crack-a-boom! Banana!
It's really frightening sometimes. Anyway... Well, I think I've searched through everything now, except that over there. Gabbo?
You'll be happy to know that the grenades work! This is gonna be one crazy party.
Go figure. The only thing hidden in there was the military chest. If Chapman left anything for the judge, I'll have to look for it elsewhere. All that's left are some glow sticks and cartridges. I'm not interested in the cartridges, but those things, what great memories they bring back. I haven't seen a glow stick for ages.
Agora ela vai poder olhar o fundo do poço ali.
Very dark down there. According to Brian, there are 2 different liquids inside, and when you bend the stick, they mix together and react to light up. During my days as a...
Já falou isso. Pegar.
That sounds good. That thing over there looks like a boot, doesn't it?
Ah, o outro pé da bota de pescaria. Pesca a bota de pescaria.
Yeah, I guess fishing again would be a good solution, but I'd never managed to toss it hard enough to get it through the boot down there.
Não?
No, there's no reason for making a hole in that. Okay, ready.
Ah, com essa corda.
Yeah, that's the way it's normally done. In this situation, of course, that's not the important thing to do. What I need is to find the right place to shoot the arrow to reach my goals. Let's see how good my aim is. I bet I'm the first person ever who's happy to have caught a boot while fishing. Seems like there's something inside. Well, how about that? A laptop computer. After sitting there for so long, the battery is worn down.
Tem que ligar lá em cima, então. Está sem bateria.
I could almost get lost in Chapman's clothes. And as for his wife's, she was a bit taller and flatter than me.
Não, roupa ela não quer nenhuma.
Let's see if I can have it ready for when Bennett returns.
What do you think? Can you see anything?
Effectively, gentlemen. The spider that was inside the envelope was an actual Madagascar queen spider. I don't need to tell either of you just how far away Madagascar is from here.
And that the spider couldn't crawl here on its own.
Effectively.
Poisonous?
But not deadly. Its venom paralyzes the victim for hours and is then slowly metabolized by the body without leaving a trace behind.
That means that Chapman was paralyzed when he died, which completely rules out the suicide theory.
Doctor, you've earned this. Honorary Assistant Sheriff. It belonged to Chapman.
Effectively. A Madagascar queen. I should have expected that.
And this wire...
Filha que bate na mãe, Madagascar.
Enter password? How would I know what Chapman's password was?
Nome da mulher.
Yeah, his wife's name. This has to work.
Apaixonado, não.
And
não
it didn't either.
É, o nome de boxeador, então. Chapman não ia pôr Chapman de...
It's written on his boxing gloves, so maybe that's it. Excellent. Loading. National Security Database. Eliminator Agent TV3968. Agency requires level 4 clearance. Name, Andrea Hickok. Alias, Tarantula Jane Eyre. Date admitted October 27, 2003. Date dismissed June 25, 2006. Missions, your level 3 access code does not allow this information to be displayed. Reasons for dismissal, your level 3 access code... What's this email message? Looks like it hasn't been sent yet. From Jerome D. Chapman to Judge Latricia Whitley. Subject, Basco Innocent. I've attempted to reach you by phone, but your secretary has become an insurmountable barrier to our communications. I need to make you aware of the following facts. 1. Colonel Kordsmeyer has been embezzling funds from the U.S. Army, acting behind the back of his own country. 2. During his mission on Mala Island, he had some highly qualified mercenaries under his command, and their leader was a bloodthirsty woman, a former agent for the government. Her codename is Tarantula. 3. Right now, all we know is that she was an AE, Agent Eliminator, who specializes in the method known as tossing the hot potato. In other words, don't be surprised by this. She eliminates the target by getting an innocent bystander involved as a scapegoat. 4. In the case at hand, the innocent person in question is Brian Bass. Let's finish this mail, and Dr. Ian Bennett will corroborate the veracity of this story. So then I hit the send button and...
Now I understand everything.
Hmm?
Judge Whitley just called me, wondering how the deceased Chapman was able to send her an email message mentioning my name and Brian's. She gave me an appointment tonight at my own apartment in New York City.
Okay then, let's go there immediately.
Soon. But first, let's do justice for Chapman. Let's reenact the crime.
After seeing Tarantula's profile on the web, Chapman started writing an email message to Judge Whitley about how Brian is innocent when the phone rang. It was Barry, the old guy from the gas station. He said there were some strangers asking where Chapman's cabin was, but then the line was cut off, as well as Chapman's internet connection. Fearing the worst, Chapman grabbed his laptop. Then, he stuck his laptop in a fishing boot. He hid it in the well, and after that, he came back inside.
And waited.
Eu!
He saw the envelope drop through the mail slot. He opened it, and the spider bit him. He must have become completely paralyzed in just a few seconds. Then Tarantula came in, prepared to do what she does best.
Doutor Alcina.
She took his hand, held the gun up to his forehead, and then, bang!
Bennett! Get down! Bennett, it's too late! Go start the car!
They following us?
Not for long. Banana!
O doutor era do bem, sim.
Wake me up when we get to New York.
No way. You've got to tell me how Brian escaped from Happydale.
Banana!
Capítulo
Now,
4.
where were we?
Aliado
Following your
inesperado.
escape plan, Brian climbed into the ventilation ducts, but then he came across Kurgan's decapitated body. He found the head and tried to hide it by sticking it into a furnace, which turned on when he closed the door. The head was reduced to ashes and...
And then he came home to Daddy.
Even after dying, that psycho's managed to screw everything up for me. Now how do I escape?
The cards are in your favor. Improvise.
Come on already, Gabbo. Can you stop it with that line, please?
Improvise. You and Kurgan are almost the same height, and you have the same build. What would happen if they found his beheaded body dressed in your clothes tomorrow?
What? I can't do that. Kurgan's back is hairy as an ape. They'll recognize him in a second.
Do some hair removal.
What about his freaky long fingernail? They'll know it's Kurgan as soon as they see it.
Trim it.
And I have a tattoo on my ass. And he doesn't.
Draw one on him.
What about his blood type, his shoe size, his DNA?
Go to Bennett's office and switch the medical files. Try to think on your toes, Brian.
You know, in the end, it'll turn out you're right. Kurgan's body could pass for mine. If I switch his medical records with mine, cut off his disgusting fingernail, copy the tattoo I have, well, near the small of my back, wax his shoulders, and set things up in such a way that they decide not to look for his head or suspect foul play when they can't find it. That way they'll think the dead body's mine and...
Nobody looks for a dead man.
Fácil.
But make it snappy, Basco. Remember, either you're escaping at 12 midnight or you're not escaping at all.
About that tattoo of mine that I have to draw on Kurgan. Since you're so good at that artsy-fartsy stuff, why don't you paint it?
Forget it. I don't see myself looking at you on all fours and me painting Kurgan's behind.
Well, that's kind of the idea.
No way.
$1 billion.
They say I killed a guy once who rambled on and on about something for too long. You think it's true?
All right already. I'll stop insisting. Do you have anything that might pass for a tattoo?
No. But I'll listen to any and all ideas.
Add $1,000 to the $2,000 I already owe you.
Done. In the third drawer of my cabinet, there are some artist pens. Grab a 0.005 and it should pass. Too bad I don't have a 0.037.
I love deals with friends. You know, I'm not gonna bug you anymore about this tattoo business.
My unstable mental health will thank you for that.
Why do I have to wait to escape right at midnight?
Because it is right then that the guards by the entrance change shifts. You'll have a little more than 37 seconds to slide down the cable with no fear of being seen.
We'll talk later, Gabbo.
Okay.
Well, like Gabbo says, I'll have to improvise.
Me ajuda.
Look at him. He wants to play charades again. He's using his mime technique to imitate a human statue so that we can play charades. It won't get me anywhere, but all right.
Eduardo de Mãos de Tesoura. É, o Pulp Fiction é a dança do...
Pulp Fiction?
Singing in the Rain. É, dançando na chuva.
Singing in the rain.
Embalos de sábado à noite. Saturday Night Fever.
Saturday Night Fever.
Marilyn Monroe. Quanto mais quente, melhor.
Some Like It Hot.
Não. Tem outro nome esse filme, não é? Quanto mais quente, melhor. Eu não sei o nome em inglês.
The 7-Year Itch?
Matrix, né?
Matrix.
Nosferatu, Demônio da Noite.
Nosferatu?
Kung Fu Fighting. Karate Kid.
Karate Kid.
É Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
É 007. Nossa, mas tem um monte de filme de 007 aqui. The Cuckoo Who Loved Me on Her Majesty's Secret Service. É, a serviço da Sua Majestade.
007 on Her Majesty's Secret Service.
Greystock, a lenda de Tarzan. Ou qualquer outro filme do Tarzan.
Greystoke, The Legend of Tarzan.
King Kong. Rock, o lutador.
Rocky.
De novo.
Karate Kid. Enough silly games. Goodbye.
Pensei que ele ia ajudar em alguma coisa, não ajudou em nada.
They brought it in here when it broke, but when we were setting up the casino, Quickle thought it might come in handy, so he decided to fix it. Some people use it to photocopy their butt. Wait, my tattoo!
É, você tinha falado isso. Que as pessoas faziam
Hey,
isso.
you peeping Tom. I'm about to drop my trousers here. It would be such a nice touch if we could just imagine... a curtain, let's say. Great. Now I feel a bit more comfortable with this.
Tem até um reservado para fazer fotocópia do traseiro.
Let's see how it works. Presto. Looks nicer than I thought. Okay, when I count to 3, we can stop imagining the curtain. 1, 2, 3. Marcelo's teachings do come in handy once in a while. Let's try to locate where we're at. For now, I've figured out where the casino is, as well as the central fan and Kurgan's final resting place. And yes, I believe I can find my way to Bennett's office. Ready. I have to get his dead body to pass for my dead body, and make sure that the people who find him never suspect any funny business just because the head's missing.
Vamos pintar então.
I have the artist's pen, the photocopy for reference. In other words, I'm set.
Já ticou uma.
Copying my tattoo on his butt. Done.
E agora vamos trocar os arquivos. Burnt.
Huh? Oh, what's this? Oh, this goes on forever.
Já que ele foi parar no porão? Necrotério?
Oh man, it stinks in here.
Sala de tortura?
This seems like a morgue. Well, this sanatorium has been around for more than a century, so I wouldn't be surprised if this room had originally been used as a morgue. An emergency room? Or who knows what else? There's a drain in the middle. Oh, that reminds me of an eminent psychiatrist who believed that the seed of evil was in our blood, so he would drain it out. Knowing the methods they used 100 years ago, you can only imagine how many lobotomies were performed on that thing. I never liked playing doctor. There weren't many girls on my street. There's a wooden spatula inside. Good. Spick and span. I hope they didn't use that to move the patients. I can imagine where to. My goodness, the science used on these beds was like curing a bunion by chopping your leg off at the knee. I'll never do that. Majorly spooky. It has some horrible iron shackles on it. The two parts are attached by an iron chain. I'd rather not think about the types of therapies they used them for. In fact, it looks like they weren't even taken off of the last person who had them on. I believe it was used to turn the electric beds on and off. Impossible. The cable coming up there is totally broken. Medical instruments. More like torture instruments, if you ask me. Well, it looks like this doohickey here is slightly less disgusting than the others. I'd like to imagine it's a little vacuum, but I don't want to think about what it's vacuumed. Oh, that's vile, for God's sake. I took a shower this morning. Oh! Yowza! That was so rusty it just fell apart.
Agora sim.
Great. Now how am I supposed to get out of here? Most likely it's the one that's missing in the space I entered through. It must have been here for so long that it got stuck to the floor. Unsticking it is not going to be so simple.
Em algum momento vai mover isso daí, então.
I don't like that idea.
Não.
It looks so new compared to the rest of the room. Maybe they brought it here to clean things up, but changed their mind in the end. It's not even dusty. Go figure.
E com essa mangueira dá.
Looks pretty flexible. Not a bad plan, but with that drawer stuck to the floor, it's going to be a challenge.
Eu vou usar essa mangueira, mas não com a coisa atascada no chão.
What were they doing in there? Underwater childbirths? Wow, what a strange shape. I don't even want to imagine what it's for. There's an iron bar inside. Good. No, there's nothing in there anymore.
O fórceps vai caber aí, não?
Great idea. The bar's a bit rusty, but I'll do it.
Então essa barra que vai mover a prateleira.
Okay. Hey, it's already been unstuck.
E o que ele vai fazer com a mangueira aí? Que ele falou que é uma boa ideia.
If I did that handiwork, I would have a trampoline. That's it. Now let's get out of here.
Solução lógica.
One, two, three. Oh, darn swimming pool. It almost ruined my entire plan.
Agora vamos lá trocar.
Go directly to office. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200.
Runny, it's Bennett. How's everything going? Me, I'm the same. My work isn't nearly as secretive as yours. I was just calling to say thank you. I got the package with the things I asked you for. Yes, it's all there. The photos, the keys, and the instructions to get to Chapman's cabin.
Chapman? Why does that name ring a bell?
Yes, I'll try to go this week. I owe you one, Ronnie.
Those are the Brewster sisters, Amy and Martha, two of Happy Dale's biggest benefactors back in the 50s. With the sun pouring in through the skylight, you can get real drowsy. Perfect spot for hypnosis. Bennett records his hypnotherapy sessions on it. According to him, he takes the recordings home afterwards and stores them away in his safe. I doubt I could convince him of my innocence.
Não era para conversar, era só para olhar.
Looks like he's finishing up his report on me to send to the judge. Trying to erase it would just screw up my real plan, which is to replace the medical records in Kurgan's file with mine. Bennett, that paragon of mental health, can't even work without his coffee. And after all, it is a drug.
Eu vou pôr alguma coisa no café dele. A pílula.
No, I don't even know what effects the pill has.
Vou acabar com o café dele, vou tomar o café dele.
Though the idea is worth considering, it's at least 6 feet from here to the cup. My lungs aren't that strong.
Ah, o pulmão não aguenta, então é para isso o sugador.
And why not? Looks like a Martian invention.
Esse aqui.
Great idea. Okay. But I'm walking on eggshells here. Because if he sees the tube, I'm doomed.
That's strange. I really gotta stop drinking this stuff.
Now! Man, that was close. Switching his medical chart with mine. Done.
Duas coisas feitas. Então, por hoje é isso. Vamos ficando por aqui. O Exou Biribó, agradecendo a presença, o apoio, as dicas, a torcida, desejando boa noite, até amanhã. Por enquanto eu fui.